seriousness. Mike really served us well by blurring out some different things. Appreciate that. And yeah, it was just the story kept you interested at the same time. Like the characters weren't like sometimes you hear like a deep story, but they were all like endearing. Like by the end, you want to sit down and eat some peach pie with them. I did think that peach pie kind of looked like it was canned peaches. I don't know anything about peach pie.
It was disgusting.
That didn't look like it was like... I feel like that, surely you could have gotten somebody to make some actual peach pie.
It was disgusting.
We're now in the South, so maybe I'll figure out when is the perfect time to make a peach pie and try to make one.
I think peach pie is... Anything with peach is disgusting. I
love peach. I love peaches. Well, let's not get too carried away here. I do, especially when they're in season. Anyway.
All right, guys.
So we're not done.
We're not done.
We have a song review.
We are a metal reaction channel, if you didn't know. And
Iron
Maiden is on the way.
Wasted Love. Oh, that's convenient.
Okay. Wasted Love is the name of the song. Iron Maiden is the name of the band. DJ Mike Franco is the name of
he was our director.
Yeah,
he's a director and a
DJ. You're right.
At the same time.
Brother, you're right. You're right. You're so right. All right, guys, here we go. Wasting Love. This is probably should have a timestamp. 208. I'll remember it. 208. All right, guys, here we go. Wasting Love.
Wasted Love, I thought. It's wasting.
Well, it says wasting here.
Okay. Wasting Love by Iron Maiden. I'm sorry. This is Vin. And we're about to review this song.
Let's do this shit.
Boop.
Get your lighters up, bitches.
Yeah.
It's the finale. Oh, that's Reacher.
Up till now, I'm doing the best I can. Long roads, long days of sunrise to sunset, of sunrise to sunset. Dream on, brothers, while you can. Sister, I hope you find the one. All of our lives covered up quickly by the tides of time. Spend your days full of emptiness. Spend your years full of love.
is. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. Mudvayne action.
Yeah.
That was Iron Maiden.
Wasting Love.
Wasting.
Look,
Yeah,
Evil
kind of.
Pear showed up. What's up?
Shout out to Evil Pear, who will be our director tomorrow. This does kind of relate to Reacher because
100%.
because of the life that he lives.
Yeah.
He's out here knocking girls out.
What do you mean?
He just ran through that girl. He had no intention of staying with her whatsoever.
Well, I don't know because
he had no intention of staying with her.
Because when she said, "Look, as far as I'm concerned, this changes nothing," he just like looked at her, and then it didn't and he said as part of it that he lost everybody, and then she came into his life. So I don't know if it's just
yeah. In that moment, he was telling the truth. But as soon as he solved the case and avenged his brother, killed the dude that killed his brother, he was out of there.
But he told her that she might be the type to keep him around the fire. And then he left.
No, he did not say that. He said, if there was anybody that could keep me around the fire, it would be you.
Oh, he said if?
Yeah.
So he would say, you can't. Oh, I didn't catch that. I didn't want to hear that.
Yeah. Reacher was living the rock star life. He's just going out there, doing what he does, killing a few bad guys. You know, knocks out the girl, and then he's out of there.
It like that, my God.
Well, what?
Well, what?
What do you mean?
I mean,
that's what he did.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. I just think that, like, there are other times where you see that happening. Like, for instance, on True Detective, when that guy went over to that young girl's house, that was categorized that way. In this situation, I felt like...
Oh, when the guy initiates it, that's
No. I know that's where you're going to go. No. It's that Reacher was particularly having a difficult time because he had lost his brother, and he was very sad about it.
Right.
And so she went to comfort him.
She took advantage of that.
No, I think she went to comfort him.
So if it was a dude that did that, well, let's say she's mourning the death of her father, and she's all crying, and then he barges in on her while she's naked taking a shower.
Well,
nobody would have a problem with that. Nobody would say that dude is taking advantage of that woman.
We would, because what we've all heard a million gazillion times is that a woman in that situation would more than likely want to be held and comforted. Where a guy, you know, it just they're happy, they want to. They're sad. They want to.
Right. So
she was just trying to speak his language.
Right. So Reacher Right? That was okay. So you can have it both ways. That's his language. He knocked her out. He's on to the next one.
No, I don't believe he's on to the next one. You'll see come season 2. I believe.
What do you know about
I
it?
believe in.
Please.
I believe in them.
Ridiculous.
Because I waited
Ridiculous.
for them to get back
Ridiculous.
together, and then it just was
Ridiculous.
like,
She knew what it was too. She didn't even ask him if he was gonna stay. See what I'm saying? She knew what it was. She's gonna stay in her crappy ass town. But see, I'm
please,
not.
I'd have put my walking boots on and went with you.
Yeah, of course.
I'll start.
Of course. No, she's got her own car, so.
Oh, right. You wouldn't
See
even
what
need
I'm
to be
saying?
walking.
But yeah, of course. Like yeah. If I found you, but I mean, you know.
I wouldn't want to stay in that crappy town either.
That's what I'm saying. She's like, I'm going to rebuild the town that my dad built, blah, blah, blah. Lost Hate said she was trying to get him from the start. Took him out drinking, wanted to share a bed that night, jumped him in the shower, knowing he wasn't staying from the start. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I forgot about the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. She was thirsty.
She
I was
was
saying she was
thirsty.
thirsty
That's
for
right.
like 4 episodes.
Okay,
4
I
episodes.
forgot that she was thirsty. I thought she was just doing her job.
Yeah, and then there was a guy that
she
wanted to
saw him
commit
in
to her.
trouble.
There was a guy that wanted to commit to her. She didn't want no parts of him.
Yeah, that bozo that got killed at the end.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he wanted to
for
commit
her.
to her. The whole damn town could have been turned around if she would have, you know.
no. Beauty
do
and
you
the
mean?
Beast is not real. She's not going to be able to turn. She's not going to be able to turn him around. What?
I think Reacher's a beast. Reacher's got more bodies than this guy does.
He killed his own dad.
Reacher
he
has more
sliced
bodies.
the
than him.
throat of his own father
Reacher's out
to
here,
get his job.
Reacher's out here murdering dudes, but taking care of dogs. Like, there's something wrong with him, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is something wrong with him. That's obvious. But, I mean, he reminds me, too much of somebody. So, I'm just going to.
They were all bad.
Yeah, but
Spend your days full of
sometimes I
emptiness.
guess you got to be bad to get the bad guys.
Spend your days full of emptiness.
Yeah.
Spend your days full of... Well, I mean, these dudes are rock stars, so you know what that is.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that... I don't understand. Well, I do understand. I understand why a female who is like Roscoe, who functions like a dude. Like, Roscoe basically functions like a dude.
Yeah.
I understand why, like, she was thirsty. She had an agenda. See, that's what she had an agenda with Reacher from the beginning. She wanted to jump on it. She was thirsty as hell from the beginning. So, and that dude, the dude knew her inclinations, her ex-boyfriend, whatever. He understood what type of girl she was. So, Roscoe goes, she jumps on him, blah, blah, blah. And Reacher leaves, and she makes no attempt to keep him there because she understands. I understand that kind of female. What I don't understand is the type of female that's attracted to a Reacher-type dude, and then when his agenda's over, they're trying to keep... You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wait,
why would
get
you
me more
fall...
clear.
Or like a girl who would like fall in love with a rock star and be like, oh, he's going to stay with me.
Yeah, I know you probably don't understand
It
that.
don't make no
but
sense to me.
I've heard it a bunch of times from... What happens is that eventually most guys will end up finding the one. If they find the one, you changed certain things about your life because I came into your life. So, like, I think
I changed a lot of things about my life.
Exactly. So I think that that's what a lot of people are looking for. Like, they're looking for a guy that's like, well, yeah, I mean, that's what he did with all those girls, but look what he's done with me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what they're looking for.
Do you think that... Do you I mean, I don't even know how to ask this question. Do you think that...
What you've done is typical?
Do you think that you're the typical girl that a dude would do that with?
I think that people at the beginning of something would be a lot more likely to do something like that, but when we're talking long term, when you like see the person for who they are and you live day in and day out with them, I think that everything's exciting at the beginning, but I think that it gets old. I think the fact that I don't think that, like, I think that, yeah, other people might have done something like that, but to stick with it and stay with it, no. I think that once they get the girl, a little bit of time passes and they're like, well, I'm a wanderer. Right. So that's where I think it's different.
shout out to all the YouTubians who are going to be like, what the fuck? What does this have to do with anything? You had to be there. You should have watched the show with us, dear listener. I mean, lyrically, the song the song really doesn't go in many directions. I do like how he said, "Dream on, brothers and sisters."
But it was
Dream on.
When he said about the caress part, the way that he was singing it, it had like this sort of like sad sound to it, like a sort of desperate situation type of sad, like you're in this situation and like, you know, like it sort of sounds like the rock stars are in that situation where they find themselves in the embrace of somebody else, but they can't stick or commit to something. And I think that there's this need. I believe that this need is in all of us. I just think that some people get traumatized out of it. But I think that everybody has the need to want to be loved and to love, like to have reciprocating love. And
yeah, but why does it have to be eros? I mean, everybody. Why can't it just be a friendship? Why does it have to be relationship type love?
I think that I do think that friendship loves are important, but I think that there are some people that are cut out to be good with just friendship love. I think that there's a whole bunch of other people that would prefer to have both types of love. To have good friends, but to also have a romantic type love. But I think that...
I remember being a kid and thinking, that is so hard to... I just remember thinking to myself, that is probably never going to happen for me. I thought, how in the world am I going to convince a girl to want to be with me for a long time?
Sometimes I think about you saying that.
I could never process how people pull that off. And like people that are in those relationships, like I don't think they realize, like, on the one hand, it's the way of the world. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, it's an extremely difficult thing to pull off. If you're like in a desert island and shit, like obviously, like it's a lot easier, you know, if it's only you and the other person.
Yeah.
You know, if you're with another person, I mean, good night. Somebody probably have to die. But like, that's such an incredible thing to convince a person to stay with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think.
Oh, I agree.
I think it's a crazy.
But I don't think that's
idea.
What people do. I don't think people convince somebody else to stay with them. I think that the heart wants what the heart wants. I think that there are some people that, like, you know, hold on for dear life.
Well, I mean,
like the raft on the Oregon Trail.
Stop, because like, if we didn't know each other, or let's say we were in a completely different circumstance, we met at that Bible study, and then we set up a date. You would do yourself up, wouldn't you?
Of course. I don't know where this is
so
going.
that's what I mean by convince. If you didn't feel that you needed, there's no need for the auditioning during the dating period if you don't believe that there's some convincing going on.
Yeah, there's no way I can respond to that without...
Without what?
No, there's definitely auditioning going on. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's certain things you're not going to say. There's certain things that you're not going to do. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, okay, I can see how you could call that convincing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, everybody wants to, you know,
that
romanticize.
sounds more like tricking.
No, it's not tricking. You know, it's even, you know, it's evolution, right? Like, you're like, you know, natural selection. It's a selection pressure. You're trying to find a mate, and so you're projecting a certain kind of health and vitality to the other person to say, hey, I'm a good reproductive partner.
Yep.
That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you take all the spiritual stuff out of it, like when you get down to the nitty gritty, that's what's going on. So, but I agree with you. Like, the rock stars, like, there's also selection pressures about reproduction itself. And so, you know, they got to go out and, you know, whatever, and it's available to them on a continuous basis. But then they have to. He talks about dealing with the emptiness and all the rest of it, and that's
the
when
fallout.
That's what. Yeah, when you're on the backside of that, that's when you have the, you know, the dudes call home and all the rest of it. Like, and you know, they kind of live in both worlds. But it doesn't seem like you can really live in both worlds.
No,
it doesn't really.
No, I don't think that you can. It's like, but it's like every vice has, like, I was thinking about that when I was running today. I was like, every vice that we have, like, you know, like we have people talk about like survival of the fittest sort of idea, or the like if survival things that we do as a species or whatever, so it makes us to like, because we want to live longer. But then we do these things, like all of us do these things where it's like, okay, like that person drinks alcohol to survive, that person keeps going in these horrible relationships, you know what I mean, like all these different things that we do that are like not beneficial to us, but as a whole we all practice it, unless you're leading into some sort of spirituality. Not some sort, I mean, I think Jesus, I guess people can lean into some sort of spirituality, but eventually it'll crack if it's not like
well, like
true,
the Hindus,
but...
like they take sannyas,
yeah,
and a lot of them, not all of them, but there's enough of them that can do that to the rest of their life. But again, that goes to my perspective that I don't think that kind of love is necessary for every person. But
I think love is necessary.
Well, yeah, and you get that out of friendships.
Yeah.
You can get that out of spirituality. You can get that out. You can get that in a lot of places. You don't need to necessarily be in a relationship.
Yeah, I think because I'm like to the core a romantic, which I sometimes wish that I wasn't so much like that, because I think it can like cloud the way you look at certain things. But I think from that perspective, I want everybody to have like another half, like another person. But I know that that's not really realistic, but I do think that love is important. I don't think it's good for people to pack themselves away like, I don't know what they call them now. Like, you remember they used to call him a hermit?
Recluse?
Yeah.
Well, just because you're single doesn't mean you're a recluse.
No, I know, but that's what we're talking about. You can be single and have friends and still have, but I think people have to have love, both to give and to receive it. And I agree with you. I don't think it has to be romantic love. I'm a romantic, so I'm always like, well, yeah, you should have friendships, but you should also have romantic love. But I think that just love, you know, I mean,
solid 9 for me.
Hugging my kids is like one of the most amazing, like...
Yeah, and it's weird for you to hug them.
What do you mean it's weird?
The hating ass,
yeah,
what's his face on there.
Wait, which one? Are you talking about one of our kids when they said that?
No, the hater on YouTube. He's like, it's so weird.
Oh, because the kids were kissing my cheek.
It's so weird to post your children loving you.
Well, one of the other kids said, Mom, why do you look so weird when you're hugging people? I'm like, what do you mean? I don't know.
What? Who said that? Oh my God. What? Why does he see?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I know.
Okay,
exactly
thank
what
you.
you're saying.
Exactly. I have no son. Okay. Romantic love is full of headaches. Yeah.
I mean, this is true.
Solid 9 for me.
I'm at you on a 9 for that. Yeah, 9.2 actually for me. I kind of, maybe it's because I haven't heard it in a while. Like, so 9.2.
Yeah, I have read The Four Loves by Lewis, actually, Mr. 82, which is one of the reasons I said, like, we don't need Eros all the time. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. There was... Yeah. All right, guys, I am out of here. Much love to all you beautiful people. Shout out to director freaking Mike. I was gonna say director Franco. He's still Franco. You loser.
Either way.
You loser.
Either way.
Shout out to director Franco, man. Honestly, this was a badass series. It had the action, it had the suspense, it had the love,
it was fun. Yep.
It had the levity, it had all of it.
Yeah.
And then we shut it down in great Vincenzo fashion with some music and some Iron Maiden. That was freaking bomb. Much love to all you beautiful people. We will see you at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard freaking time.
Tomorrow night.
It's time for True Detective, bitches. We're going to be out of here. Vin